On today's show,
we'll discuss the NBA suspending Lopez and Serge 1 game each for throwing hands.
In Crossfire, we debate if LeBron is right. Did the resting players problem blow up because he was the one sitting?
And the Stash Brothers cast their MVP vote in a brand new edition of the Meme Team.
It's Wednesday, March 22nd. The starter starts now.
Good evening, Sweet World, and welcome to The Starters. Whether you're listening to the podcast, joining us live right now on NBA TV, or a little bit later on YouTube, we're happy to have you. I'm Jay Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Tass Mellis.
Keep fighting, everybody.
To his right, the international man of mystery, taking it to the max, Lee Ellis.
Friend,
Lily, and last, certainly not least, over there, it's the bearded one, it's Trey Kirby.
Hey-yo!
Hey-yo! TK, what do you got?
Well, I'm here at the internet looking for your best tweets at #TheStarters. And guys, the Utah Jazz are celebrating the 20th anniversary of their first trip to the finals tonight. And they're bringing a whole bunch of the 97 Jazz back to do it. And what was the biggest moment of the season for the Jazz that year? Without a doubt, John Stockton's series-ending three at the end of Game 6 to send them into the finals. Such a good shot that him and Brian Russell recreated it earlier today, and Johnny still got it. Same release, though the celebration does seem to be a bit toned down 20 years later.
Yeah.
This brings us to today's question. What other shots would you like to see retired players recreate? Personally, I think we need to find Isaiah Ryder, make him change his name back to JR, and see if he can hit that falling out of bounds behind the back bomb that he hit back in 1994.
It's a swish bomb.
I want to see if he can make it again. I want to see if anybody on earth could ever make that shot again. One of the craziest shots in league history. But we want to hear from you, so let us know on Twitter. What other shots would you like to see a retired player recreate? Send us your best tweets to #TheStarters, and we'll hear from you later.
All right, get those tweets in. Tass, you and I tonight will go head-to-head in another round of Crossfire, and we have a brand new edition of the Meme Team, but we got to start.
A little Ibaka, Robin Lopez in Crossfire. Can't wait.
Oh, yeah, well.
You never know.
Speaking of that, let's get to Is This News? Trey's rounded up some recent NBA headlines. He's going to pitch them to us, and we'll determine whether or not they're actually newsworthy. Trey, our first headline.
Our first headline comes from NBA.com, and it reads, Bulls, Robin Lopez, Raptors, Serge Ibaka, each suspended 1 game. Is this news?
It's news because Serge Ibaka will never buy another drink in Toronto again after that. He's one of them. He's one of the people. Toronto fans adore it. You're one of us. You throw down for us. Eric Kareen called it like a Matt Bonner sort of level of fandom that he's attained there because Raptors fans love their Matt Bonner. And this moment has put him right at that level already, I think. And that's all it's news for. I think that's absolutely all it's news for.
Let me ask you this, though. Were you guys surprised that only 1 game each for both these guys? Because I know when it happened last night, people were throwing around the idea of 2 or 3 or maybe even more. We don't see a lot of actual punches being thrown. They didn't really even connect. But what do you think by the 1 game suspension? Did the NBA get it right?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, I thought Lopez might have got 2 because I believe he sort of escalated the fight there. He sort of slapped the ball away from Serge and then he threw the first punch.
Well, he only slapped the ball away from Serge because he took a shot in the back from Serge.
Yeah, but
right?
I think that part of it's kind of then escalated the incident up. And then Serge, once he had a punch thrown at him, he decided to retaliate. But I think the NBA got it right because none of those punches, even though there was clear punches thrown and there was slight contact made, I don't think they needed to go any further than what they did. I think they got it right. And so the league looked at it. We know we've got games coming up straight away, so they addressed it straight away. They didn't let this linger, and they said, take a game off each. And I think that's fair.
Yeah, it's similar to, I think it was 2011. It was the Hawks and the Knicks. So we had 2 Williams going at it, Marvin Williams and Sean Williams. And, it was near the end of the game, tempers flared, and some punches were thrown. And it got Marvin Williams 2 games, and it got Sean Williams 1 game. So very, very similar.
Yeah, and Marvin was the one again there who sort of threw that first one that sort of instigated it to elevate it to that level, and that's where he got the second game for, I think.
Well, it ended up working out amazingly. This is a crazy game for the Raptors. After Ibaka and Lopez both get ejected, rightfully get ejected in that game. You can't throw punches and continue to play. The Raptors went on a massive, massive run. 50-32 to end this game. It went into overtime. It was a wild ending where we had Jimmy Butler missing a tough shot at the end of regulation. DeRozan missed one at the end of regulation. But in the end, the Raps finally pulled out a win against a Bulls team that has owned them since 2014 and won 11 straight.
That's a hockey move, isn't it, Tass? When you're down and you've got to get someone to throw a punch, spark the team.
Yeah.
You know, they come back.
Yeah, you throw your third line out there,
Yeah.
maybe your fourth liners, your Rob Zamners out there, Joel Ottos, throw some dookies down. The Bulls can't finish off anybody these days, even though they're scrapping for a playoff seed. And so people think, well, Robin Lopez only one game. That helps the Bulls' playoff run, but because who knows with this team? I mean, yeah, he didn't get 2, and that's good, but who knows if they're going to perform the next game or the game after that.
You know what's funny about that, too, is Ibaka's going to miss Thursday night's game against the Miami Heat. Could help the Heat's chances to win that game. The Heat are obviously in a playoff race against those Bulls, so it would be this weird thing that it sort of hurts them in a whole other way, hurts the Bulls if the Heat go on to win. We will see. All right, Trey, next headline.
All right, our next headline comes from Liberty Ballers, and it reads, Sources, Sixers made significant offer for Pacers forward Paul George at the trade deadline. Is this news?
It's news if you believe it.
Yeah.
Do you believe that this was an actual proposed deal?
I don't even know if it's news if you believe it, because it's not a fantastic package. At first I thought, well, this is news. I mean, why wouldn't the Pacers take this? This is a fantastic deal coming back. But then you look at it, the 2 first-round picks, you don't know exactly what they're going to be. They could be the Lakers pick this year or next year. It could turn into outside the lottery because the Lakers might be decent, and the Kings 2019 pick down the road. And Nerlens Noel, who got dealt himself, Jahlil Okafor, well, nobody seems that high on him right now, so it's not a great package. That's why I don't think it's necessarily news. I thought initially, well, it's a good package, and maybe the Pacers aren't that close to trading Paul George if they don't want to take this package on. But that's why I don't think it's great news, because I don't think this is a package worthy of Paul George when you look at the nitty-gritty of it all.
Larry Bird was quoted in that Zach Lowe article saying it was fake news that he was considering trading Paul George, and I believe that. I think he may have listened to a few calls. We know the Celtics and the Bulls were both interested, but I don't think that package would have been enough to sway him from the Sixers. And the Sixers, it would have been a big gamble for them anyway, because we know that Paul George, with his Lakers connections there, that's the only team he's really considering signing with outside of the Pacers. So I don't think it's news. I think Larry Bird is not ready to give up on Paul George yet.
If we see the Lakers keep that pick this year, their pick, and it's top 3 protected, so they would keep it if it stays in the top 3, and that's in play, obviously. If Magic Johnson calls Larry Bird, his old friend, and says, I'll give you the pick, top 3 pick, and I'll give you Brandon Ingram, and we work from there for Paul George, would you do that if you were Larry Bird there? Now you're getting obviously a very high pick in what should be a very good draft. You're getting a young talent in Brandon Ingram. What do you do? What do you say?
Well, Brandon Ingram apparently was the sticking point in the Sacramento Kings trade that the Lakers wouldn't give him up for that. And you can see why. Brandon Ingram, Lakers haven't had a great season, but you can see the talent is there. He's a very good player. If you get that number 1 pick and Brandon Ingram, you probably would pull the trigger if you're Larry Bird. If you're going to start that rebuild, you've got a young player already there in Miles Turner, you get another one in Brandon Ingram, get another one, whoever that number 1 pick may be this year, you'd probably do it.
Yeah, and so Paul George signed through next season, and I think Larry Bird talks to Paul George this offseason, and they just have a mano-a-mano, and he asks the question, are you leaving? And I think Larry Bird, because of his stature in this league, can pull that and can have a conversation. And Paul George, I think, will, yes, exactly that. And then, obviously, Magic has the pull to get on the horn and potentially get him over.
We will see. All right, Trey, next headline.
Well, here's a little sub-headline for you. The Sixers announced today Joel Embiid is going to be having surgery on his knee in the next coming days. They'll announce a timetable for his return after that. A lot of news out there, but our final real headline comes from the Sporting News, and it says, Heat's Hassan Whiteside needed 13 stitches after injuring finger. Is this news or just gross?
It was gross.
Injury,
You saw the injury. I mean, his hand, his finger split basically on the backboard going up for a block. It was very, very gross. And again, 13 stitches is no joke. I think this is news because, as we said, the Heat are in a tough playoff race here. Here's the injury. Ugh. They already lost Dion Waiters to an ankle sprain. He's out indefinitely. And now you got Waiters. We got Whiteside. We don't know how many games he could miss. Last time this happened to him, he got caught on the rim a couple years ago. He missed 3 games, maybe something similar here with this, but tough timing for this team.
Yeah, I mean, they need him. If they are going to get into the playoffs, they absolutely need him. If Dion Waiters is going to miss more time, as you mentioned, we're not sure how long he's out, but just a freak injury because he's out there going for block shots, and he sort of got in his own way there, and It was really, really awful to watch. And if that's his shooting hand as well, which it is, and his shot blocking hand, even if he does play, you figure it's probably going to impact his impact on the game.
Well, I mean, people have crunched the numbers last time, as I said, 2 years ago. Again, he did something similar. When he came back, he was actually pretty solid. I mean, he stepped right back into a really good role there. So maybe it won't, maybe it doesn't really affect him, but yeah, this sucks, especially on a night where he was having a great game. 23 and 14, he set the franchise record for total rebounds, passing DJ Ronnie Cycli. DJ Ronnie Cycli. But yeah, tough for the Heat here.
Positive is they're not going anywhere in the playoff picture. They're making the postseason. Yes, because we talked about the Chicago Bulls and the Detroit Pistons. Those are the teams they're fighting with. And those teams aren't fighting hard enough.
They are struggling. All right, gotta take a break. When we come back, it's all brotherly love in another heated round of Crossfire.
Welcome to Crossfire. This is how it works. Trey will give Skeets and me 3 topics. We'll debate each one. At the end of it all, Trey will declare a winner. Trey, what's our first topic?
All right, round 1. Resting stars has been the biggest story in the league this week, and according to LeBron James, it's only really a story because he's the one doing the resting. Quote the king, I just know the conversation gets a little bit more talked about when I'm a part of it. You guys agree with LeBron's comments on the NBA's rest dilemma? Here we go!
No, this is a league-wide problem. This isn't a LeBron problem. This problem preceded LeBron James. What did Adam Silver say? He said, teams must inform us. They must let us know when guys are going to sit so we can deal with it. Flex scheduling, schedule another nationally broadcast game for them or whatever. This happened in 2012 in a game that didn't involve LeBron at all, with Greg Popovich sitting 4 of his guys. David Stern said the exact same thing and fined the Spurs $250,000. It had nothing to do with LeBron James.
The Spurs have done it since that $250,000 fine. And what LeBron
does that have to do with LeBron?
LeBron is saying, when I sit, it becomes a much bigger story, just like any story that I'm involved in as LeBron James. It gets blown out of proportion. I think he's right. He took a game off the other night. He's only missed 6 games. 5 because of rest, 1 because of strep throat. It's in his 14th year. I can't even believe that we're questioning why he's not playing, because earlier in the year on the starter set, we were saying, they need to rest him, they need to rest him, they need to rest him. And he rests, and then it becomes a big story. I think he's right here. When LeBron's involved, it's a bigger story.
It's going to precede the king. It'll last after the king.
Well, hopefully they figure it out and get rid of it.
All right, round 2 coming right up. After catching word that his brother Robin had just thrown down with Serge Ibaka, Brook Lopez said his twin was doing, quote, that dirty job, that BS, and that, quote, he's pulling for Ibaka. Classic Lopez bros. Classic. Guys, who are your favorite NBA brothers? Here we go.
I like the Lopez bros, but I gotta go with Pau and Marc Gasol. They're the best brother combo in NBA history. I mean, look at the accolades. Pau Gasol, 6-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA, 2-time champ. Marc, 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA, Defensive Player of the Year winner. And oh yeah, another reason to root for the Gasol brothers, they came on the starter set as a pair of brothers.
Look at those zip-ups.
Back in New York in 2015. It's gotta be the Gasol brothers. Has to be.
Gasol brothers are fantastic, but as guys who make a daily show, the Lopez brothers give us so much. They have so many interests off the basketball floor. They love Comic-Con. They love cosplay. They actually support each other in their endeavors, because Robin Lopez is the guy who deals with mascots, but then Brooke started getting involved, and then Robin also took part in this interview here with Trey Kirby. I mean, frankly,
they don't really support each other. Brooke just said he would take Ibaka in a fight.
Yeah, it's brotherly love. Oh, come on, they're just weirdos, let's be honest. They once bought a Mary Poppins costume for between $20,000 and $30,000. They're not quite sure because they're the Lopez bros.
They're weird.
They're the best.
All right.
Final round 3 coming right up. My close personal friend Tess Mellis here watched his very first VR game last night.
Talking about weird.
Taking in the Warriors-Mavs game while rocking a cool pair of goggles.
Who am I talking to?
This certainly looks like the future. What's the next tech advancement to improve the fan experience? Here we go.
I want channels with no broadcasters and amp up the players. I want to hear everything going on the court. I want to be able to hear players yell out picks. Right. Show! Why not? Why not be able to hear that? I understand people might worry about...
Might be some curse words happening out there, Tess.
Well, people worry about that in NBA games. That's why you have a delay and you have people able to bleep it out. I think we can have both. You can be able to turn to your broadcaster channel or jump over this audio-only channel.
I like the idea, but I'm going to take your VR experience and sort of kick it up a notch, because I heard Clippers owner Steve Ballmer on Bill Simmons' podcast recently, and he said that there is software-based techniques that is going to allow the viewers at home to see the game from Chris Paul's or really any other player's perspective. Now, that reminded me of the Snapchat goggles that we saw Richard Jefferson try out. That would be unreal. You know, you got the VR experience where you're sort of in a stationary seat up in the stands, but to see it from an actual player's perspective and switch that around, that would be amazing.
That would be very cool.
Can't argue tonight's winner,
Oh,
Skeets! 2 Gasols beats 1 Lopez.
Yeah.
What do you mean? There's 2 Lopez.
We only had 1 on the show.
That's true.
Gotcha! When we come back, we're going to hit you with a beefed up edition of the Meme Team. Don't go anywhere. You're watching The Starters. Back with The Starters, we asked you, what other shots would you like to see retired players recreate? You hit us up on Twitter, hashtag The Starters. Trey got a few of the best answers.
And it seems there's one man most of the fans want to see. Alex Widener says, we got to see that Jordan free throw line dunk. Sure. Zach says, I want to see MJ over Elo recreated, but he also has to do the celebration, a key point. And Flop says, any of MJ's millions of iconic shots, the midair switch, the push-off, the baseline fake-out, all of them, I think he can. And I think he can too. So Michael Jordan, if you're watching, open invitation. Anytime you want to come to The Starters, we'll go out to the cage and recreate some of your famous shots. Anytime.
Great stuff.
Yeah, nothing to lose. Nothing to lose.
Guys, every week we scour the internet to bring you the Meme Team, our favorite weird and wacky moments from the past 7 days.
At number 5, LeVar Ballin. LeVar Ball. He's still in the news cycle. He's not going anywhere. Nope. Ball is Life put him on a 2K cover this week. It probably should be a 2.2K cover. Oh! He said he beat MJ in his prime, so someone recreated the simulation.
How did he do?
He lost!
Oh, did he?
I can't believe he even scored.
Yeah. 3 times.
Number 4, seemed like everyone was beefing this week, and we couldn't stop saying the word. Starters fan Jamie Rowe, he hit us with a beef supercut from our Twitter show. Oh, you were trying to sell us some beef.
Should have bought that beef.
Yeah, I was buying that
Hey,
beef.
that beef's gone.
You know what?
Beef. It takes 2 to beef. Beef go. Beef.
Resting beef.
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 More tofu than beef. Beef.
Who's beefing? Always beef.
I don't eat beef. Beefless.
Beefless. Beef. Each other. Beef. Interesting. Yeah, very interesting. And Jamie wasn't done. He decided to have some fun with Drake.
Beef.
That can only mean one beef. I know in that hotline beef. That can only mean one beef.
From beef to potatoes. Players are getting potato parcels. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Dirk got one with his photo on it. Durant got one wishing him a speedy recovery. Marcus Sol got one from his brother, from Pal. That's brotherly love right there. Nick Young, this one just says you're fun, man. You're a
Swaggy
great guy.
potato.
CJ Miles got one saying he's one of the underrated players in the game. Hassan Whiteside, photo of DJ Khaled.
This is so weird.
Bulls got one with a bunch of players on it. Do these potatoes like each other? Who knows?
OKC Stash Brothers are using their powers for good as they promote Westbrook for MVP.
Welcome to our home.
Roomies! Woo! Ellis, so what's the one thing we love more than our moustaches?
Puppies?
No.
Because you know we love puppies.
No.
Okay. Let me guess again. Trees.
I don't even know who you are anymore, mate. Of course, the only thing that we love more than our moustaches is our leader, our hero, our fashion icon, our king of the prairie, Russell Westbrook. We are the Stash Bros, and we approve this message.
And at number 1, Shaq had himself a week. First, he jumped in on the Earth is Flat NBA conspiracy on his podcast here.
It's true. The
What?
The Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. You mean to tell me that China is under us? China is under us.
If you keep
understand
they
that?
are under us.
It's
That's what they
not.
tell you when you're a kid.
The world is
If
flat.
you dug straight through your backyard,
The
you could
world
get
is
to
flat.
China.
No, you can't.
Shaq is excited to get his statue unveiled Friday, live on NBA TV. You see it in progress here, and Grant Goldberg thinks he looks like Lady Gaga in the Super Bowl.
He sure does.
Yeah, it might change this week. Monday, Shaq was part of the players-only broadcast with Derek Fisher and Brent Barry. Barry with the Kazam pin, nice. And then they got him with his NBA promo read.
In honor of our Latino fans, the NBA is celebrating Nochos NBA. As Shaq always says, practica tu es de los libros.
What is that?
That's what it says.
What is it that you always say?
Practica tu es de los libros.
Oh, practice your free throws.
Oh, that's what that means.
You stay classy, San Diego.
All right, final break here, but when we return, Lily throws some thumbs on a very solid play. Quick look at last night's pick'em results. Trey and Tass pick up a game. Lee and I lose that one, taking the Grizzlies. Nice game for Cousins. Best game yet as Pelican. Tonight's game, Pistons at Bulls on League Pass. 3 of us have the Pistons. Trey sticking with his Chicago Bulls.
They got that fighting spirit.
All right, Lily, where are we going from VSP?
We're going out to Dallas for a nice play here from the Dubs. It's the accountant, Ian Clark, here with a nice little boomerang. Watch this. Where is he? There he is. David West knows where he is.
Nice.
Beautiful, beautiful little finish there.
Where is he?
I saw that on VR. He came right at me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
You should get credit for this play then, Tass. Yeah, it's beautiful. That's what I call a very solid play.
Great stuff.
Did you see me there? I was sitting behind the stanchion.
Tomorrow, guys, we got no show on Friday, so we're going to hit you with the Drop Podcast on a Thursday. It'll be a classic. Don't you worry. You can get your questions in right now. Email the starters at NBA.com. Any NBA question you got, it'll be a blast. We'll get it up as soon as possible. All right, I think we got some time here, Lee, for some fan signs, because these just keep rolling.
They do, and they're great. This is from Hayden and her boyfriend or a partner there in Charlotte.
Yeah, we never know.
She says, "I love you, Marvin." And then we've got the starters underneath that. Great job there. The next one.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. Is that a fan sign or
Well,
not?
he's stepping on the beach like we're going to do on the Drop Podcast.
And look,
tomorrow.
he's reading his emails as well on
That's
his
what you
phone
do
there.
on the
That's
beach.
Got a
Scott.
sun shirt on and everything.
Yeah, a really great job there. This is Carl, Alberto, and Nanni, apparently our biggest Italian fans, out in Germany. So great job, guys.
Oh, wow. Worldwide.
Yeah, Munich they were.
International.
Nathan in Indiana,
Look at this.
he designed his own pick and play, and we all went 4 for 4 that night. So maybe he should start picking for, well, me anyway.
Yeah, the Pacers won. You're right.
Yeah. Vasilis, Tassie, look, international.
Yasura Vasily.
Right, from
I'm done.
Athens. right. Young Gina put together a fantastic sign there, very colourful. And Kirk and his old college buddies taking in the Spurs and Wolves game, hoping for a very solid play. Didn't get that, but got a great fan sign.
All right, Drop Podcast tomorrow. See you here tomorrow night at 6.
Thanks for joining us, folks. And remember, 2 Gasol brothers came on our show, but only 1 Lopez brother came on our show.
Rest of the night, people.